We're getting to the business end of the AFC Champions League. A very warm welcome to the wonderfully appointed Sultan Ibrahim Stadium. We are in Johor, in the southern tip of Malaysia. It is a Group I clash between Johor Darul Ta'zim, the champions of Malaysia, and Kawasaki Frontale, the champions of Japan. Both of these sides unbeaten through match days 1 through 3. Johor with the scalp of Ulsan Hyundai and a victory over Guangzhou. That means that they are top of the pile because they also got a very good goalless draw with Kawasaki Frontale. Ulsan's 2 victories over Guangzhou have elevated them up to 2nd place, level on points with Johor Darul Ta'zim, actually ahead of them, or behind them on the head-to-head, which counts ahead of anything else in head-to-goal difference in the AFC Champions League. Conditions, it's 29 degrees, it's a warm, sultry, humid night, 79% humidity, no wind of any kind to actually ease the burden, but it's a beautiful, clear night. Wonderful, wonderful for football, and for the expected 18,000 or so spectators, this is a glorious footballing bowl and a stadium made for the sport. As for Johor, well, they can now be taken very, very seriously. The victory over Ulsan might have been perceived as a surprise, although they have had scalps before. They've beaten Suwon in the past. They've beaten Japanese sides in the past. However, the way that they held and matched Kawasaki Frontale suggests that they are an awful lot more mature this season than they were last year, when they didn't make it beyond the group stage. They might not make it beyond the group stage, but there is a clear improvement. And I can tell you what, there's also a depth to the Johor squad, which will be revealed when the teams are announced. Both of these sides have said, Thursday's match, forget about it. Today's match is a completely new ball game, and there are plenty of new names to look out for as well. Both teams have made 5 personnel changes, and for Johor, it's particularly interesting because we're going to see the first introductions of Maurizio, the Brazilian centre-back, formerly played in the Serie A, but a player who hasn't played at all in the league this season or in the AFC Champions League. And intriguingly, we're also seeing Bienvenu Marañón, the Spanish-born Filipino international. Again, he hasn't played for the first team this season. So they are the changes, as Benjamin Mora has given the opportunity to rest as many players as he can in the relentless schedule that is the AFC Champions League group stage. Crowd coming in, the boys of Straits are the fans behind the goal, away to our left, and they have been praised for the noise they made throughout the 0-0 draw with Kawasaki. They were very, very aware of the impact that they could have on the team. And this is the Johor side, which they may well change their lineup, not only in terms of personnel, but in the way they play as well. Because looking at the lineup, it's difficult to see how they can play 3-5-2 with the personnel they've got out there, but I've been surprised by Benjamin Mora before. Kawasaki's fans are up in the top right-hand corner of the main stand as the teams come out. The Kawasaki players can look up, and there's a little knot of about 20 fans bedecked with flags and a Forza Kawasaki sign. They've had nothing but success, the Kawasaki team. 4 championships in Japan in the last 5 seasons. Top of the table this season as well, coming into this championship. Johor Darul Ta'zim 8 times in a row they've won the Malaysia Super League. Plus they are top with 4 wins out of 4 and a 10-0 win in the AFC Champions League. So unbeaten Johor Darul Ta'zim in 2022. It's all intriguing, and with Ulsan's victory earlier on today, setting the scene, Ulsan have got Kawasaki in 3 days' time at the Larkin Stadium, and then Ulsan play Johor here at 5 o'clock next Saturday, whilst Kawasaki will be taking on Guangzhou over at the Larkin Stadium. We are set up for a finale, a thrilling finale.
Ladies and gentlemen,
cracking little atmosphere as the AFC anthem strikes up. Experienced Bahraini referee Nawaf Abdullah leads the teams out onto what is a perfect playing surface. Match officials today from Bahrain, Australia, and the fourth official, Payam Haidari, from the Islamic Republic of Iran. But it's the teams we're focused on. This is Group I of the AFC Champions League. A huge cheer goes up as the teams make their way out onto the pitch. This is Johor Darul Ta'zim from Malaysia versus Kawasaki Frontale from Japan. The calm before the storm as the Kawasaki players make their way down the line. Safir Rashid gets his first start. He has been coming on as a regular substitute for Arif Ayman, who's one of the 5 players who've been rested for today. Taniguchi will be partnered by Shintaro Kurumaya at the back today. And you can see Maurizio on the far side. Maurizio, the vastly experienced Brazilian defender. This is the Johor side, and changes galore. You look at Maurizio, he comes in. Nathaniel Show, who goes by the name of Hong Won, is an English-born Malaysia-eligible player who will come and sit into the heart of midfield. Lever Corbin Ong is there as well. Forestieri will be up front, I suspect, with Maragnon. At the back, Larry, Matty Davis and Maurizio will fill in for a back 3. But it could well be a 4 today, because I'm not sure Ramadan is capable of playing that wing-back role. Nawaf Abdullah is the 45-year-old Bahraini referee. 4 matches in 2022, all pretty high profile. Asian qualifiers, World Cup qualifiers, including Japan's 2-0 win in Australia, and also the Oceania final in Qatar between Solomon Islands and New Zealand to his name. Chanatip Songkrasin gets his second start of the AFC Champions League for Kawasaki Frontale. Respective captains go up to Nawaf Abdullah. A huge cheer goes around the Sultan Ibrahim Stadium. Nawaf Abdullah, Shukrala confirmed. He's only dished out 12 yellow cards in the 4 matches so far. He is a very highly regarded referee, keeps the cards in his pockets, lets the game flow. This is the Kawasaki Frontale team. They've made changes galore as well. And a couple of surprises. Chanatip is the main one. He comes in up front. Yu Kobayashi will lead the line with Yanaga and Tembiagi either side of him. Wakizaka will be in the heart of midfield alongside Chanatip and Takibanada. Kurumaya gets a start alongside Taniguchi at the back. And the wing-backs will be Sasaki, who gets forward a lot, and Miki Yamane, goalkeeper, the vastly experienced Jung Sung-rin. On the bench, should they require? Well, you notice there is no place for the likes of Bergson de Silva. He's been given a complete rest for today. Maragnon is the man who's come on. You're only allowed 4 foreign players, which also explains why Bergson isn't on that list. The Johor team's foreigners, Forestieri up front, alongside Maragnon, the Filipino. Shane Lowry, the central defender, alongside Maurizio. There is Chanatip. The man I'm intrigued to see how he performs is the number 6 for Johor Darul Ta'zim, Nathaniel Sio, Hong Won. He was in the under-21s of Wolverhampton Wanderers, but was enticed back to play here at Johor. And he came on as a substitute and impressed in the 5-0 win against Guangzhou. But now he gets his first start against the J-League champions. We are beautifully set, beautifully poised, experience versus a team used to winning. Just waiting for the big countdown as the big screens at either end of this impressive stadium give us the countdown from 5. And Yu Kobayashi gets us underway. The J-League champions in the white, Johor in the familiar Johorian state colours of red and blue. Wakizaka. Who's been in the Japanese full national squad, as has Wakizaka. Kongwon does well, wins the first ball back. There's Levert Corbinon, Kongwon. First 3 games, not exactly gimmies, but you don't win your group in the first 3 games, you can lose it. Now it's up to Johor to make sure that they put themselves in a position where they can compete, that they genuinely do. And Benjamin Mora, he's rotated his squad. There are resources, the likes of Maurizio, the likes of Marignon coming in. Temayagi gets there ahead of Davis. There's Maurizio. Davis. It's over Safawi. Marignon's little flick. Sorry, Forestieri's little flick. As we look at Toro Aniki. Andrew Marignon, signed from the team that was Ceres, is now United City, who are also playing in the AFC Champions League in a different group. He was signed for this season. He hasn't played for the first team, but he's got some record in AFC competitions, 35 goals in his time with in the Philippines, and he became a Filipino citizen in 2020. Knows where the goal is. Here's Hongwon. Maurizio. Davis. Down the line, looks for Safawi. In quickly with Sasaki. Safawi escaped inside Sasaki. Didn't take the ball with him, but Afik Fazail is there. Safawi. Yeah, it's Davis led her up. It's clearly a Kawasaki Frontale throw-in. The Malaysian-born players, or the players who have played for Malaysia, will know all about Chanatip Songkrasin. Thai Messi. Hongwon. Lowry. Trying to play it into Forestieri. Well, Marignon starts on the left-hand side. And Ramadan Fuller given the responsibility, kind of the right wing back. They had a definitive 3-5-2 formation for the first 3 games. Johor, slight change with the personnel changes. And that's well done by Safawi. On to Davis. Hongwon. Nice first touch, but closed down very quickly by Chanatip. Here's Corbinon. Marignon ahead of him. Well seen by Yamane. Ooh, look at that from Forestieri. Jun Chung-grun clears. Taniguchi had to clear that because it came off a white shirt. These two teams have never met. Johor have played Japanese opposition on 9 separate occasions. Just 1 win there. They've been growing over the years, JDT. The resources are there, the finances there, but the personnel have also done well. And they want to be at this top table. Robbed by Marignon. Forestieri couldn't get the shot away and loses possession. Taki Bernardo did well. Maurizio steps in, and the big Brazilian is there brought down by Kobayashi. Hadn't had much match play But with the squad Johor have, I can imagine training can be pretty intense. But training, no matter how hard, doesn't really sort you out for this kind of competition. Farizal, got to be careful. Kobayashi closed him down. Looks for Davis, but Sasaki is there. Benjamin Mora quickly wanting to get things going quickly. Hongwon spreads it out to Ramadan. Hongwon again. High break to Corbin Ong. Good recovery from Mickey Yamane. Just gliding into space. He's wearing the number 27. Safawi likes it on his left foot. He was caught late there by Chanatip. Hongwon lifts it over for Corbin Ong. Patient builder, Afik. Hongwon, confident boy. Maurizio finds Shane Lowry. Happy to go back to Farizal. Tem Miyagi was thinking of chasing. Corbin Ong the target. He's done well, Corbin Ong. Ramadan, can he cut inside? The answer was no, because Taniguchi's defended well. Afik. Forestieri. Pinging the ball around with real confidence. No Nacho Inter in the heart of midfield, so Hongwon's got that responsibility of just keeping the ball ticking over, and his first 7 minutes look promising. Safawi finds Davis. Kawasaki, at the moment, happy just to sit back. Allow Johor to play in front of them. Corbin Ong the target, takes it nicely on his chest. Ramadan inside of him. Here is Ramadan Saifullah. Forestieri, born in Argentina, but eligible for Italy. Taniguchi scrambles to clear, and then Maurizio has to just put on a next bit of acceleration. For Safawi. Those floated balls not great for Safawi, but at least Johor get something out of it. Throw in to be taken by Matt Davis. Maurizio, under pressure from Kobayashi, will go backwards, and for the first time there's a press coming in from Kawasaki. They were happy to sit back, and now they're up to the halfway line. Ramadan will chase. Yamane not done well there, and Forestieri in a firm challenge, but it breaks to Chanatip. This is the space Chanatip loves to attack. He's got away from Afik. Chanatip looks to his left. Here's Miyagi. Miyagi onto his right foot. No real space for him there. But there was danger from Chanatip Songkrasin. Burumaya. Taki Bernada. Taki Bernada to Chanatip. Wakizaka. Maurizio is chasing. Then Ramadan. Now it's Kawasaki's turn to show some neat control. Wakizaka. Imane was looking down the line. And Wakizaka just teases. Turquoise boots, shimmering in the fabulous atmosphere. Bit of space for Yamane. Yanaga. Ooh, he's got space to put it across in. Akira Yanaga. Wakizaka. Carried away. Forestieri can't lose it there. And doesn't. Ramadan then does lose it there. Yanaga pressing and closing. Intriguing opening 11 minutes. This is Wakizaka getting down to the byline, fizzing in across, but you saw Farizal just gambled. That might be something that they look for. Left a bit of space to this near post, Wakizaka. Farizal Marias. Two good fists on the ball. Closed down by Larry. Ooh, and he's lost out. Kobayashi. Foul by Maurizio and a card for Maurizio. Yu Kobayashi nearly got through. He got a lucky rebound and Maurizio says barely touched him. But it is a yellow card for Maurizio and he will be walking on eggshells for the remaining 80 minutes or so. Aggression is part of his game, but it just rebounds nicely to Kobayashi. First touch does well, and brought down absolutely by Maurizio, even though Davis was coming over to cover. Ball being asked to go back another 5 yards or so. Free now off Abdullah. Inventiveness are we going to get from the Japanese? Wakizaka, Yasuto Wakizaka is standing over the ball. Yanaga also there. 3 men kneeling. Wakizaka is 14. Yanaga is there. Wakizaka! Oh, what a goal. What a goal from Wakizaka. Farizal got a fingertip to it. But the inventiveness of the free kick from Yasuto Wakizaka turns this group and this match the way of Kawasaki Frontale. The little band of Forza Kawasaki fans thrilled to bits. Yasuto Wakizaka bends it in beautifully. Got a full hand to it, Farizal. Goes over the wall, and he might, Farizal might think he might have done better. It's a lovely strike, a clean strike, but it's fingertips rather than the wrist that gets to the ball. And the power of the shot puts it beyond the Malaysian international goalkeeper. After a bright start by Benjamin Mora's side. They're now up against it because Kawasaki are excellent at maintaining possession and they don't have to come and chase the game. Hongwon back to Farizal. The press from Miyagi. So that foul from Maurizio. Double jeopardy there, the yellow card and the goal concession. As Yanaga is penalised, Marignon wants to get on with it quickly. Safawi the target. Out of play from Safawi. Sasaki. Taniguchi, Mata Yamane. Kurumaya. Chanatip finds that little space behind Afik. Miyagi. Sasaki. Miyagi to his left, through the middle. Breaks to Kobayashi. Wakizaka making the extra man coming into the line and not being tracked by the midfield. Look at Wakizaka, top of your screen, the extra man. And when Maurizio can't quite get there, Kobayashi, if it had swept him once more to his left, there was a man in acres of space. Yanaga. Kobayashi, very, very good goal scorer, 5 times top scorer for Kawasaki. Sasaki. Miyagi. Chanatip. Davis just made sure that Miyagi wasn't getting beyond him. Miyagi wants the yellow card. Chanatip is finding little 5 yards of space here and there. Here he is once again, little give and go with Wakizaka. Foul that time by Maragnon. The Johor dominated the opening 10 minutes in possession. Suddenly, the fast passing of Kawasaki, which we haven't seen to date in this competition, it's suddenly flowering in front of us. Taki Bernarda, Yamane. Forestieri, no space for him. Kurumaya steps in. Wakizaka for Kobayashi. Couldn't take him. A matter, though, of just a few centimetres. And he would have been able to take it in this stride. Maybe a couple of years ago, the Kobayashi, who was J-League top scorer, could have taken it, but problems. Oh, and Maurizio is down injured. Oh, dear. Maurizio has pulled up, and this does not look good. It looks like he's tweaked a hamstring, Maurizio Nascimento, and that reaction tells you everything. On the bench, there's the experienced Aidil Zafwan, who can come in immediately into that area. That is a hamstring pull. Have a look, number 33, just as he's running. Pulls up and then he feels it go. And he knows, as the camera focuses on you, Kobayashi, the real damage is there to Maurizio. Immediately, Aidil Zafwan is brought into action. Aidil, vastly experienced Malaysian internationals. We look at the goal from Wakizaka. It's a lovely strike from Wakizaka, his first goal of this AFC Champions League, and his first goal of the season. So, 20 minutes in, Johor a goal down, and Maurizio taken off with a hamstring injury. It wasn't a gamble to play him because there was no injury concern beforehand, but lack of match fitness perhaps. Game of this intensity. Corbinong. Hongwon. Safawi. Cushions it, looks for Forestieri. Yeah, can't do that. Hongwon slides in. Referee just has a word. That's good refereeing. Well, he got the ball after taking both legs. He's in control, and it's not like he's flying in. So referee quite right just to say no, settle down. Big shoes to fill though, Hongwon, as Davis flicks it through. Big Fazel is caught by Yanaga. And he'll float it into space. Cup this season, ideal. Here he is being closed down by Miyagi. Then Kobayashi closes down Farizal. Left foot flicked on by Corbinong. Forestieri. It's Kurumaya, just judges it beautifully. Now then, Yanaga. Doesn't have the pace. More guile from Akihiro Yanaga. Taki Bernardo. Chanatip gives it away. And works hard to win it back. Twice tried to win it back. Does snap at your heels. Well, midway through the first half, Kawasaki sat back for the first 10 minutes, just absorbed what Johor's new lineup had to offer. Then they pushed forward, grabbed the goal. They're now looking relatively comfortable. Let's see what Johor have got in response. Well, Forestieri has got spirit, but loses out to Taki Bernardo, then wins it back. Maragnon. Corbinong. Helps it forward, looking for Safawi. Safawi keeps it in, but loses possession. Davis took out his man. There might be a retribution later for that, but Miyagi is coming forward. Afik just tweaked him, and Afik Fazel is going to get the yellow card, whereas Matt Davis has got away with a far more robust challenge at the other end. Pretty cynical. Safari keeps it in, then when Sasaki gets there ahead of Davis, well, the camera, the replay stopped because Davis then clobbered Sasaki. Press coming in from Johor. Kawasaki good enough. Lowry's got to get there, and he does. Have this sharpness over 5 yards, Kobayashi and Chanatip and Miyagi. In a long foot race, you'd expect Lowry to get there, but the sharpness over that first 5 gets them in. Hongwon, on to Lowry. Davis has done well. Forestieri will chase, but Kurumaya will shepherd it out for Kawasaki Frontale goal kick. Down the line, Hongwon just gets there, ideal. Comfortably back to Farizal, who takes 1-2 touches. Noticeable that they are looking to close him down, the Kawasaki front three. Ideal has to go back again. It's a man down. Awkward landing for Asahi Sasaki. Going in, nothing really that he could do. Back live. Looking for Ramadan Saifullah. Johor not really being able to get the front three involved at all. Kawasaki able to pass around them. And then they're just intercepting, as Taki Bernarda's done there. Yanaga. Kurumaya. Crossrieri closes down. Kurumaya under pressure. Sasaki gives it away to Davis, whose touch is heavy. And Janitib bundled over by Matt Davis. And at this stage, the referee decides time for the water break. 27 minutes in, it's a couple of minutes early, but now's as good as anything. It is a sultry night. Kobayashi has had a couple of strikes on target. He won the free kick that Maurizio gave away, and that led to the free kick that Yasuto Wakizaka curled into the top corner. Defensively, Taniguchi, Kurumaya and Jung Seung Rung generally in control. Chanatip ghosting into space, but there's the man whose goal separates the teams at this stage. Long way to go, but if it were to remain like this, Kawasaki would go to the top of the standings. Johor second. The next match day, Kawasaki versus Ulsan. Johor versus Guangzhou. Last match day, Kawasaki versus Guangzhou. And here, 5 o'clock on Saturday, Johor taking on Ulsan Hyundai. A lot of football to play before then. And Johor will be trying to get Ramadan Saifullah in a little bit more. And see from the perspiration coming off the coach and trainer. But a sultry night it is. Little tug from Ramadan. The Japanese players are cute enough just to go down. Yamane, Taki Bernarda, heavy touch, but manages to win it back. Miyagi made a great run, created space for Sasaki. Miyagi comes short, Davis gives him a little nod, and Davis is quickly in on the challenge on Kurumaya. Wanted quick ball from the ball boy, didn't get it. Maragnon not being in the game. Yeah, Bruno Maragnon. Taki Bernarda. good ball. It stayed in. And Yanaga can chase, and suddenly the space for Chanatip, who's reacted quicker than anyone. Chanatip's on Krasin. Denied by Davis's challenge. What a hopeful long ball. Oh, it's beautifully played, and it's happened for Yu Kobayashi. Wonderfully created goal by Kawasaki. Gives them a 2-0 lead. Kobayashi's goal. Slicing Johor Darul Ta'zim apart. It's wonderfully, wonderfully created. And although he's taken a not fair stretch, just look at the two passes that set him up. Edge of the penalty area. Again, movement ahead, flag stays down, and a stretch from Kobayashi. Superbly done. Yanaga started. Yamane is the man who carries it on. That's the fullback. Wakizaka plays Yamane in, squares it. And a stretch for an open goal for Yu Kobayashi. 31 minutes gone. So that's why they're champions of Japan 4 years in 5. Control goes where he wanted to. That move started with that clearance from Jung that looked like it was going out. Johor kind of stopped, but Chanatip didn't. And Johor never recovered the ball or never recovered their composure. From that moment, it was sliced open. It's too much from Taki Bernardo for Miyagi. Quick movements, Kobayashi, the flag goes up. Both Wakizaka and Chanatip are finding space, as the coaches say, between the lines. In front of the Johor back four and behind the AFC Cup pairing. Is it that Nacho is being missed? Just look at that space. Ideal steps up and Kobayashi is offside. But Wakizaka just stepping in that 2 or 3 paces. Easy to see from high up in the main grandstand. Less easy to see down on the floor. Header. Trying to negotiate themselves through what has turned out to be a difficult group. Matches against Guangzhou. One assumes for both Johor and Kawasaki will be 3 points, but Guangzhou boys will work hard. Look at that from Kurumaya. Picks out Wakizaka once again, finds Miyagi. Davis is in very quickly. It's good tackling from Davis. He looks inside. He's got 2 up front. Davis, Forestieri. Clash of heads, and it'll be a corner kick. Forestieri and Taniguchi both going for the same ball. Davis was determined. It's a good cross. Drives it in rather than floats it. Forestieri got the first touch, Taniguchi got the second, and then there's the collision of heads. Ooh, ouch. Ooh, ouch. Working the neck muscles, Forestieri. Both sets of trainers just have to make sure there's no concussion. Both will have to go off the field of play. Well, the corner will be taken by Safari Rashid. Here's the goal. Yanaga, Wakizaka, Yamane, Kobayashi. One touch, one touch, one touch, one touch. That's what we practice, he says. Forestieri, he was the one who was using the neck muscles. Groggily gets up. He's determined, in fact, there's a cut there. Taniguchi will be missing to defend this corner. Forestieri will as well. Attacking situation. Nice touch from Taniguchi. My head's thicker than yours. Safawi's corner. He easily dealt with that near post. Davis tries to take on Chanatip, but look at the strength of the little Thai. Doesn't look like he's got that strength. Then he's given the ball away. Marignon to Davis. Davis cross. Poured away by Jung, an important clearance as Ramadan was lurking. Ari's touch is heavy. Look at the pace of Miyagi and the impudence of Tem Miyagi. They've taken their game up a full 30%, Kawasaki. Kurumaya. The space behind Hongwon. Again getting involved. Yanaga, give and go over the top from Wakazawa. Miyagi unmarked at the far post, and Miyagi's the target. Davis just got in there. And a handball against Ten Miyagi. Got that one spot on. Safawi beaten by Sasaki. Marignon does well, gets the free kick. Yanaga says he dived, and he may well have done. Hongwon looking for the quick ball. Such a confident start, Hongwon. The quick passing of Kawasaki since the 10th minute has rather bypassed the former Wolves under 21 player. Corner kick won by Bienvenu Marignon. Second possession. Last 5 minutes of the half. What Johor would give for a goal here. Again, it doesn't beat the front man. That's easy for Yanaga. 2 balls on the pitch. Referee, though, happy to play on. Safawi, faced by Chanatip. Chanatip just lets Safawi fall over his own momentum. It's been clinical, this from Kawasaki. Neat and tidy. Good team selection, good squad rotation from Coach Aniki. Yamane. Yanaga's proved really difficult to pick up, and then it just scoops it forward to Yamane again. Kobayashi! A double for Kobayashi. And again, Yanaga and Yamane combining down the right. Kobayashi finding loads of space to volley home past Barizal. And at 2-0, there's always a glimmer. At 3, JDT. And now on the wrong end of a battering. Again, it's beautifully constructed. Yanaga finds Yamane. Ideal, not quite close enough to Kobayashi. And the most clinical of finishers from you, Kobayashi. Come the big moment, inside of the foot, buries it into the bottom corner, no chance Farisal. Ramadan shifts over to this right-hand side. Referee has a word with Sasaki. Clinical from Kawasaki, pretty as a picture. Yanaga, the key. He doesn't move much, but he finds those little bits of space. He and Chanatip have done that, and Wakizaka. And Johor just haven't been able to pick up those elusive players, and then there's the runners in front of them. Foul on Marignon by Kurumaya. Swiftly taken, but Corbinong then runs into his man, into Yamane. I do like the referee. He does have a reputation of talking to players. I believe he's multilingual. I'm not sure if there's much Japanese in it, but most of the Japanese and Korean boys in this group can understand English. And you saw now up there just explaining what the challenge was to Levert Corbinong. It was a correct decision, but he also didn't thrust the decision in the face of Levert Corbinant. He took time to explain it, which is great refereeing. Lowry down the line. Forestieri will chase. Plenty of time added on at the end of the first half. To it by Kobayashi, and then look at the space. They just ping it around beautifully. Miyagi one-on-one with Davis. Davis gets back and defends, but Sazaki's there in support. Lovely little first touch taken by Sasaki. Yanaga gives him daggers, but Yanaga's the difference. And Yanaga, I was going to say, ends the half with the ball under his control. Lowry. Strong challenge from Yamane. Forestieri, Hongguang, Forestieri. Look how quickly Yakazaka was closing down. There is the difference. Kawasaki gave Johor utmost respect in the first game. They're giving them double respect in this second game. Lead 3-0. Hongguang, Ramadan. Hongguang asks Safawi to chase, but Kurumaya is a classy player, but also knows when to ping the ball out for safety. Safawi, yeah, couldn't get it under control. One or two heads are down for Johor. Benjamin Moore will need to really instill some belief in his players in the second half that one goal, maybe they can pull it back, or do they go for damage limitation? That's up to the coach and his personnel. Hongguang helps it forward. Forestieri will chase. Taniguchi, safety first. Sasaki. Maragnon trying to take the ball down. Wins the free kick. There's Taki Bernarda. He's the ball winner. He's been the disruptor. And the little balls behind the double pivot of Hongguang and Afik Fazail. Half-time whistle goes, and it is a comprehensive lead for Kawasaki Frontale. There is applause for Johor, but the applause really should be for Kawasaki. The free kick on 14 minutes for the number 14, Yasuto Wakizaka. Two goalkeepers having different fortunes. Taki Bernarda has been influential in the heart of midfield. Johor lost the influential Maurizio through injury. But Yu Kobayashi has been on the end of two sumptuous moves. 2 goals for him means that it's a big, big mountain to climb for Johor. Chanatip has found space and caused problems, and Kawasaki Frontale have given us the clues exactly why they are top of the J-League and 4-time winners in the last 5 seasons. 2 for Kobayashi, 1 for Yasuto Wakizaki. Half-time, Johor Darul Ta'zim 0, Kawasaki Frontale 3.
Drop Kawasaki Frontale from Japan and number 11 New Airship.
very warm welcome back to our coverage of the 2022 AFC Champions League. This is the Group I being hosted in the city of Johor on the southern coast of Malaysia. And this is the home team, Johor Darul Ta'zim, on matchday 4 against the J-League champions Kawasaki Frontale. And Kawasaki Frontale are dishing out a bit of a lesson to a very, very much changed JDT. It is 3-0 to the visiting side at half-time. And is going to be a change of personnel up front for Johor in the second half. Fernando Forestieri, who received a bash on the head in an accidental collision with Shogo Taniguchi, is coming off, and Hazwan Bakri is going to come on in his place up front. So that's the second of the 4 foreign players in the Johor starting lineup replaced. Maurizio went off with a hamstring injury. And Afiq Fazale is also being replaced by another Malaysia international, Nazmi Faiz Mansour. The boys of Straits still giving it their all. Some dressed for the occasion, some not. But they'll need to be patient in this second half, because Johor are in danger of being ripped apart. A really good free kick and 2 beautifully constructed team goals in the JDT have a 3-0 deficit. This group isn't over. They've still got Guangzhou to play and then a final match against Ulsan. But how they react to that first half education could be very, very telling. Hongguang immediately just a little bit short. So the team's no changes for Kawasaki. Johor, it's a 4-2-3-1 formation with Farazal in goal, Davis, Adil Zafwan, Shane Lowry and Lever Corbin Ong along the back. Hongguang and now Nazmi Faiz in the heart of midfield. Safari Rashid, Ramadan Saifullah up front, with Hazwan Bakri now joining Bienvenu Maragnon. There's Nazmi. Here's Maragnon. Safari, dispossessed by one of the outstanding players, Wakizaka, and he sets up Miyagi, gets past Davis, who goes after him a couple of times, but Ten Miyagi has tormented the Malaysian champions. Wakizaka, Chanatip, beautifully played. Davis left a little bit in there on Miyagi, who gets up, looks for Sasaki. Yanaga, Chanatip, Yanaga. Kobayashi lurking in the penalty area. He's on a hat-trick, of course. How about this for keeping the ball under pressure? Flag is up for offside, though, against Yanaga. But 10, 11 one-touch passes from Kawasaki. As we look at the offside, and it is clearly offside. Kawasaki, Jung Seung Rung in goal, Yamane, Taniguchi, Kurumaya and Sasaki along the back. Taki Benada, the holding midfielder, with Wakizaka and Chanatip buzzing either side of him. Yanaga operating at his own pace, but absolutely destructive when he's got the ball. Miyagi at pace, and Kobayashi with the finishing with 2 goals of the 3. Hongguang, ooh, it's a bit loose. Wins it back, Hongguang. Both teams ringing the changes, 5 changes each. And Johor have made 2 subsequent, both due to injury. Here's Nazmi. Hongguang. Drives forward, sweeps the ball out, he's looking for Ramadan Saifullah. Davis made the mistakes there, and there's a foot race there Davis is quick though, deceptively so, Matt Davis. Clive, Shane Lowry, Ideal, Van Corbinot tries to barge his way forward. One of the problems for Johor, several of their players haven't played any football this season. The league is young, only 4 matches in, 1 cup game. So Maurizio Marignon, this is their first appearance for this team this season. Same for Ideal, same for Hong Wong. Joe picks that up comfortably. Such a commanding goalkeeper. Not the most agile, but his positional play is excellent. Space here for Yanaga. 38 years of age. Lovely play. Kobayashi. Again though, the movement ahead of him was there, and it might break to Chanatip. Hongwan is then caught by Chanatip. Ideal's lack of match fitness may be showing at this level. Not a criticism, because the level being played at by Kawasaki is first rate. Chanatip finds Kurumaya, dinks it over to Chanatip. Little swivel and a turn by Thai prodigy. Sign from Contadale. Nice turn from Nazmi. Looks for and finds Hazwan. Just behind Corbinot. Corbin hoists it in, but it's hopeful with his right foot. Sasaki is there first. But back by Ramadan Saifullah. Scored a lovely goal against Guangzhou. Hong Wong. Corbin on. Fought to the shot. See how quickly he was closed down. Nazmi! Pulled away. Safari dived in. Good reactions by Jung, because he couldn't commit. He was aware that Safari was diving for it, and then he had to react, and he did so superbly. The net, but the top of the net. There's the ball in from Nazmi Faiz. Safari's not far away. Goalkeeper has to be very alert. It's a teasing ball. Just look at the eyes of the goalkeeper. That was creeping in. In terms of the group, what this would mean after matchday 4, assuming Kawasaki get the win, they would go to the top of the group. They'd be on 8 points. Johor 7, Ulsan 7. Johor ahead of Ulsan on the head-to-head. It's ideal though. just seeing the qualities of Kawasaki Frontale. The J-League is a very good league, and to win it 4 years in 5 makes you a bit special. And Chanatip, long ball over the top, Safawi catches his hand as he was waiting for the ball to come onto him. Crowd don't like it, but referee now, I think, has got that one right. .45-year-old Bahraini, powerful looking figure. Nazmi works hard, but Chanatip works harder. Missed the last 3 league games before the AFC Champions League, Chanatip. Well, 1 or 2 questions as to whether or not his signing was working out. But I think we're seeing here he is part of the makeup. They're just acclimatising him to the way Kawasaki play. Chanatip, the number 18, just to the right of the screen, was looking for the ball. Here he is, linking well with Yanaga. Wakizaka. Yanaga. Hongwon. Nazmi. Plays that back to Corbinot. Has one in the penalty area. It's a right-footed cross, not his strongest foot, but it breaks to Ramadan Saifullah. Ramadan gets a throw-in for JDT. Ramadan has one. Strong enough to hold on to the ball. Corbinot again forced across with his right. They've done the homework, Mickey Yamane. Now then, Hongwon. Ball just ran a little bit too far. That's the quality. They just close you down that little bit quicker. You have a poor touch like that, you lose possession and you don't get it back for the next 20 passes. Have a look at that from Yanaga, skips away from Shane Lowry. Round the outside, and Ideal gets in a fine challenge, and he needed to. Just playing the ball early. Wakizaka again bursting forward. First corner of the game to Kawasaki. Possession stats in the first half with 50-50. Just shows how clinical they were, taking their chances. Kawasaki. 4 shots, 3 goals. Sasaki and Kobayashi in front of Farizal, who's not the tallest goalkeeper. But that swung so deep. Yanaga doesn't run where there's no chance of him getting the ball. And a double change, Yanaga one of those players coming off, but he's really, really done the business. And the changes. We're going to see JPN, an out-and-out goal scorer. And also some pace from Massinho. So two of the front two replaced. But they've done a fine job. Massinho's not really hit the height so far this tournament. Chanatip, easily picked up for Farisal, who drives it forward, and Safawi's first touch is good. There is no foul, but there is a throw-in for Safari Rashid. Massinho, the Brazilian. Back to Sasaki. Taki Bernarda. Wakizaka. Happy to play in difficult zones. Larry has to stretch. Gobinong. Nazmi. He's had a very good AFC Champions League. Couldn't find Haswan. Look at the break on here. Wakizaka finds Martinho. Kobayashi lurking on the shoulder. Wanted a quick ball through, it didn't come through. Yamane. Chinem. He can play through the middle. Kuramaya finds Kchinem. Chanatip nearly finds its way to Marchino. Instead, Ramadan wants help from Davis, and he's got it. Oh, the triangle doesn't work, and Hongwan is grateful that that only finds its way to Farisal. Changed. It seems that Nacho Insa's presence in the heart of midfield is being missed for the Malaysian champions, because Kawasaki are just able to pass around the two holding midfielders. Has one. Those little spells where Kawasaki are able to hold on to the ball, and Kuramaya striding forward, looks for Kobayashi. Wakizaka, Chanatip. Lovely ball round the corner, was looking for Kobayashi. Lowry's right leg picks it up. Has one Bakri, doesn't have that time. Little touch from Yamane as he closed down Safai Rashid. Saful against Sasaki. was goalless when these teams played 3 days ago. Both teams much changed since then. Kawasaki, again, having just absorbed 10 minutes of pressure. Now in control. He marches to the edge of his technical area, wants a little bit more from his team. Well, that might break to Martinho. Indeed it has, and they've got a man over here at Kawasaki. It's Chanatip. Sure got players coming back, but Chanatip, Wakizaka, edge of the penalty area. Lowry dived into him, and I think he caught Yasuto Wakizaka. Referee right there, though. So this is desperate from Lowry. Dives in to make the block. Actually, it's not him, it's Marignon who slides across. Oof. I think Johor lucky to get away with not conceding a free kick there. Wakizaka scored the first from a free kick. Taki Bernarda, quietly effective in the heart of midfield. Again, just takes the space. They just make that little ground, find the little gaps, break through the lines. Ramadan just in there ahead of Chanatip. It is a more regular 4-2-3-1, or 4-3-3 perhaps for Johor this half. Corbinon, although he's got forward, is playing more as a left back, which is where he made his name, although he's nearly lost the ball there. And Lowry looks for Hazwan Bakri, but Hazwan's up against experienced campaigners. Wakizaka finds Keichinen. Just nick it off Keichinen. Taki Bernarda wanted it, but Kurumaya eventually looks for Taki Bernarda. Again, he just breaks the line. Wakizaka entices Lowry to come out. Sasaki available. This is 15, 16 passes now. Just probing, looking for the spaces in behind Johor. Chinen, Yamane, Wakizaka, again under pressure, able to hold on, and Tanabuchi slow things down. They've had the ball a good minute now, Kawasaki. sideways and backwards. It's not hurting Johor, but they're not getting on the ball, and it's just moving the back four around, and then they make the long diagonal pass to KGN, and Kobayashi is in the middle, unmarked. Machinho can't get there. The cross is just too fast, and after 30 passes or so, the diagonal found the gap in the Johor rearguard. KGN, Kobayashi was in space again, and that would have been a hat-trick. Shami Safari comes on for Johor, for Matt Davis. One international right back for another. Shami signed from the Selangor team. Number 91 for the Malaysia international. Hong Guan finds Shami. Johor will just have to lick their wounds from that first half mauling. Maybe give a bit of rest to the likes of Davis, who'd been an ever-present Chanatip. Oh, skips away from a couple of challenges. Loses out. Here's Bienvenu Maragnon. Think down the line. There is Shami, who's quick. Sasaki, though, was as quick. And Chanatip helps out. Sahi Sasaki, only picked up by Maragnon. Then Ramadan. Picks it out to Hong Guan. Daniel Xiu Hong Guan. Lowry. Final 20 minutes. Draw primarily through Corbinong, trying to force forward. Objective number one for Johor, to maybe win this second half, certainly not lose it, and keep themselves in the overall group. Corbinong doesn't score many. Fares to get it onto his left foot. Good strength to hold off Chinen. Then to slide past Taki Benada. As we were watching that replay, well, Junk has absolutely taken out Ideal. Have a look at this from the goalkeeper. Well, a goal kick has been given. He's tried to get there. Ideal's got to the ball first. And Ideal, it's not really a game unless Ideal gets a knock, because he's so brave. Gets there just ahead of the goalkeeper. But the back saw, he's saying he got a punch to the top of the head as well. But a goal kick is the final result. Taniguchi. Happy to play keep ball and then raise the pace. Yamane, though, gives the ball away to Safawi. Corbinong. Farizal. Oh, nothing short is on. Lowry closed down. Oh, and there's a mistake there, but Hong Guan just able to slide clear. There is the difference, playing out from the back against the team who doesn't know how to press, compared to playing out from the back from a team who does. Suddenly there were 6 white shirts pressing. Benjamin Mora having some stern words with the 4th official, Payam Haidari, asking about the penalty incident and why Johor didn't get it for The challenge by Jung on Ideal. Well, they're still in good voice. High up in the grandstand, needing binoculars to see the action. Having a look at the noise of these Johorian fans. They are the Kawasaki fans. It's a Japanese community, not far down the road in the Iskandar area. So, not sure if any have travelled for this AFC Champions League group, but there is some support for the visiting team. Kobayashi, 2 goals. He's looked sharp and is enjoying his game. Here are the goals. First one from Wakizaka. That came on 14 minutes. And then, like a penknife, Kawasaki ripped through Johor for Kobayashi's first goal. And the second goal was again delivered from the right-back Yamane. Lovely cross, clinical finish from Yu Kobayashi, former Japanese international. Farazal clears. Corbinong. Marignon. Again, look at the pressing. Chanatip wins the header. Marignon dropping deeper. Ideal. Shami, Hongguan. Couple of changes coming on now for Kawasaki. Couple more changes. Kazuka and Koki Sukagawa. And it's 2 midfielders, 2 defensive-minded midfielders for 2 more attacking players. Wakizaka had a really good game. Taki Benada is the other man coming off. It's not exactly protect what we've got, but it's make sure we don't lose what we've got in the last 13 minutes. Because this really does put Kawasaki in control of this group. They go top with 8 points, 2 matches to play. Ulsan in 3 days' time becomes pivotal. Has one back ring. Closed down, and then Nazmi couldn't pick up a man. Machinho. Marignon. Playing a little bit deeper, finds Hazwan. This is Ramadan Saifullah. Kobayashi tries to play Machinho. Has he got the pace? No is the answer. Hongguan, Marignon. Kawasaki 3-0 up at half-time. Had a couple of moments, but have largely just wanted to control this game. Stay in charge of the group. Ulsan Beckham. That's going to be a humdinger. Johor will have to do the business against Guangzhou. The change, Ramadan Saifullah comes off. A lot of hard work from Ramadan and Arif Ayman, the local wonder boy. Having started the first 3 matches, he'll come on and get the last 10 minutes or so of this second game. Sukagawa played it out wide. Chanatip scored a gem of a goal. He's found Machinho, who is offside. It's tight, ideal. Good, strong challenge from Shane Lowry. He's been outstanding for Johor throughout this campaign. 2 more matches to go. Ideal, looks for the ball over the top, look for Safawi. Sukagawa protects it from Nazmi. And Kazuka sets Chanatip on a run. Chanatip's on Krasin. Goes left to Marchinho. Marchinho for 4. Chanatip's on Krasim. Made the break. Pulled Shami Safari in. That left Marchinho in acres of space. And the Brazilian scores his first Champions League goal. Now this is dispiriting for Johor. 3-0 you can put a gloss on, 4-0 is difficult. Shami Safari committed to the challenge, then out of position, and it's a really, really good finish. Chanatip's awareness, it's the perfect ball. One touch, second with his right foot into the top corner. Great awareness by the time Messi, and this will be the perfect angle. Farizal, no chance, and that is postage stamp accurate. Not many discos open on a Sunday night in Johor, so let's do the dancing on the pitch in front of the little knot of Kawasaki fans. Is there a consolation? Not for Arif, couldn't take it. Marcinho puts pressure on Farizal. And that produces the mistake. Chanatip loses out. Safawi wants a corner, doesn't get it. Sorry, has one. Never realised how similar the two were in their running style. Largely because Hazwan hasn't had much game time for Johor. International hat-trick to his name, as has Safawi. But here, Kawasaki handing out a 4-goal lesson to Johor. first 11 are capable of competing, but the depth of the squad isn't quite there. They suffered with Maurizio going off with a hamstring injury early, and then Forestieri having to go off with a head injury. Here's Nazmi. Pongwon. They've missed the calming influence of Nacho Inter in the heart of midfield. That's given away by Ideal, and Johor, as they try to press late on, just the way they step aside, it's beautifully done. Lowry's run it back. Pongwon. Then Marcinho is allowed to go through. He's got Kobayashi in the middle. Marcinho runs in. Good block, Ideal. Sukagawa. Marcinho a second time. Well, Kawasaki scored 8 against Guangzhou. They needed a late equaliser against Ulsan. Were held goalless last time out against Johor. But some of the fluidity of their football, the way they sliced Johor open for the second and third goals. Shami. Corbinong. Lowry finds Safawi. JPN with a strong challenge on Safai Rashid. Change for Kawasaki. JPN offered his apologies to Safawi. He gets up. There'll be a bruise there. But the change will see number 31, Kazuya Yamamura, come on for Kurumaya. Fascinating to see the selection for Kawasaki for the match against Ulsan. That's helped in. Goalkeeper Jung is just there to prevent the effort from Marignon sneaking in at the near post. That's cute from Bienvenu Marignon. Little side flick. Goalkeeper has his near post covered. Kazuka. Sukagawa. Every one of the Japanese players so comfortable in possession. Yamane, Sukagawa, Kazuka, Keichinen. Kobayashi still on the hat-trick. Marcinho racing in, looking for a second. The cross isn't the best, but it's one back, and Kobayashi with a chance for the hat-trick. Puts it on a plate for Chanatip. Chanatip again for 5. And this is now a hammering. Blue and red shirts on the floor all over the penalty area as Chanatip scores his second goals in the colours of Kawasaki Frontale. So much space as Shami Safari was out of position. Marcinho couldn't convert, Chanatip could. His first goal of the night, second in Kawasaki colours. And Johor's discipline has disappeared. Johor's worst defeat on the AFC Champions League stage. They lost 5-1 to Vissel Kobe. But this defeat comes at a time when they were buoyant about their performances to date. Very quickly, they must just put it to the back of their minds in 3 days' time against Guangzhou. Farizal gave Lowry a difficult ball. Benjamin Murray isn't a screamer and a shouter, but there's lots for him to try to put right. A lot of lessons learned as well. JPN. Just been well beaten by a much better team on the night. Shukugawa spreads it out wide to JPN. Shukugawa, again they can find the space. Chanati. Slick passing team. Enjoying this. For Johor, a first defeat of 2022. Record defeat in the AFC Champions League, but their challenge is not over. It's severely holed, but it's not over. Kawasaki versus Ulsan in 3 days' time at the Larkin Stadium. 5 o'clock kickoff. They eked out a 1-all draw. That is going to be a battle of the heavyweights. As Lowry whips that down the line. Chinem. Marcinho's coming in on the far side, and Shami Safari wasn't aware of his run. He is now. Shami scoops it out for a throw-in. Final whistle goes on a chastening night for Johor Darul Ta'zim. A Matchday side was clinically picked apart by a victorious Kawasaki Frontale, who go to the top of Group I. Janatib Songkrasim scoring once. Marcinho coming on as a substitute and scoring once. Jung keeping a clean sheet. He's conceded just one all tournament. Yu Kobayashi with a couple in the first half after Wakizaka had opened the scoring with a free kick after 14 minutes. Johor's much-changed team lost Maurizio to a hamstring injury and also a head injury to Fernando Forestieri. They must quickly put this education behind them because they've got Guangzhou in 3 days' time, followed by Ulsan in what might be an opportunity for them still to qualify. But it's the Japanese J-League champions. Look at that, 2 goals in the last 10 minutes, putting a real gloss on an excellent first half performance. Yuzuto on 15, Kobayashi 43 and 31, Marchinho and Chanatip late on. It's finished, Johor Darul Ta'zim 0. A splendid Kawasaki Frontale